everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyersguy, and welcome to this edition of the Flyersguys Top 10. In the last episode, I talked about my top 10 favorite movies. In this episode, I talk about the top 10 shows that you should be watching on Netflix. Before I get into the video, let's talk about a brief history of Netflix. When Netflix first came into existence, Netflix was a DVD, a movie rental. Netflix was a DVD rental online service where you would order DVDs through the Netflix catalog. Years later, Netflix became a streaming service where you can stream episodes of your favorite TV shows. Years after that, Netflix started coming out with its own line of Netflix exclusive TV shows that were only shown on Netflix. I first got Netflix back in 2013 when I got a DVD player for Christmas that had Netflix built in. And I really enjoyed using Netflix and watching the shows on Netflix. So without further ado, here is my list of top 10 shows that you should be watching on Netflix. So let's get into the countdown. Get into our number 10 pick, and that is the show Skins. For those of you who don't know, Skins was a show that was shown in the UK on BBC. I first got into watching Skins back in the summer of 2017. As you can see, this is the first generation characters in Skins. Most of the characters in Skins went on to do many great things. The actor who plays Tony in Skins was in the movie X-Men. He played Beast. Hannah Murray went on to do Game of Thrones. She's a very great actress. Now, Skins is a show about teenagers and the life of the teenagers. They go through a lot of trials and a lot of tribulations on this show. It's a lot of romance, a lot of action, and a lot of comedy in this Netflix show. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and I really liked watching it. If you watch one episode, then you're going to get quickly hooked, because this show is great, and it's a very good show from the UK, and I suggest that you check out Skins. I'm not sure if it's still on Netflix, but if it is, I suggest you try it out. It's a pretty good show, and I enjoyed it. At number 9, You. Now, You is a weird show. It's about this guy. He's like a stalker guy. First season's really weird. And every season, he meets a new girl and ends up stalking her. It's a very strange psychological thriller. A great show that I really enjoyed. The character in that show plays the psycho stalker is one of the best characters in the show. The show revolves around a man who works, a man who has a job I think he's a librarian or something. And so he likes to go around and stalk these women. Now, he's not crazy, too. The women in the show are crazy as well. And the show is such a thriller. I enjoyed every second of it. And the guy just plays the role of a creepy guy so well. So if you haven't checked out You yet, I suggest you check out the show You. Number 8, Fuller House. Fuller House is an adaptation of the original show Full House. Full House was a show about three men, Danny Tanner, George Lansdowne, Ken Consopoulos, all living together to take care of the Tanner family. The Tanner kids were DJ Tanner, Stephanie Tanner, and Michelle Tanner. The weird thing about Fuller House is that Michelle Tanner does not show up on the series, but she is referenced throughout. She is referenced in several episodes. Fuller House is the remake of Full House and it's an adaptation of the old Full House. But this time, DJ Tanner, Stephanie Tanner, Kimmy Gibbler, and Kimmy Gibbler's daughter, Ramona, are living together with DJ's sons. DJ's two sons. I really enjoyed this show. I thought it was great. Let's not forget Kimmy's ex-husband as well. So I really enjoyed this show. It really brought back a lot of memories of the Full House show that I remember as a kid. I really enjoyed this show. It's a good comedy cleanser. Like if you just want a show that'll make you laugh and a show that'll make you reminisce, so I suggest you check out Fuller House on Netflix. Unfortunately, the show ended a few years ago after the death of actor Bob Saget. I'm going to dedicate this top 10 video to the memory of the actor Bob Saget, who played Danny Tanner in Full House and also Fuller House. Let's take a moment of silence, everyone. Thank you. And thank you for the memories, Bob Saget. And number 7, Trailer Park Boys, the animated series. Trailer Park Boys, the animated series, leaves off where the last season of Trailer Park Boys left off. The show starts out where they're in prison, and it turns out they're trapped in a cartoon world, and they are officially cartoon characters. Mr. Leahy shows up one time in this series, and that's about it. But I can tell you the truth, the show is really good. I like it. It's a good show. It's a good animated series, and it's pretty funny. It's just as funny as the real Trailer Park Boys. And if you haven't seen this show, I suggest you check it out. Trailer Park Boys follows the escapades of Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles, three Sunnyvale citizens, and also the Trailer Park Assistant Supervisor, Randy. Also, the other characters are in this show as well, such as Sarah, T, and Ray, I think. I'm not sure if Ray's in this movie, in this show. But if you like Trailer Park Boys, then I think you'll like this show as well. So check it out, Trailer Park Boys, the animated series. Number 7, F is for Family. F is for Family is a show about the Murphy family living in the 1970s. It follows the escapades of Frank Murphy, a man who works at the airport as a baggage handler, Sue Murphy, who is a stay-at-home mom, Kevin Murphy, who is a slacker and a smartass of a family, Bill Murphy, the sensitive little boy, sensitive little boy, and the little sister. I haven't seen the show in a while, so I forget what the sister's name was. Underdog Major. Um, I really like the show. And Frank Murphy, Bill Burr, who is the voice of Frank Murphy, is one of the funniest comedians I've ever heard. So, got a lot of great voice actors in this movie. We got Justin Long as Kevin Murphy, Laura Dern as Sue Murphy, and Bill Burr as Frank Murphy. The show follows the family, a working class family in the 1970s, just trying to survive and trying to take care of their family. I really enjoyed this show, and I thought it was funny. And Frank Murphy, he is the funniest character in this whole show. And I really, really love this show. And every episode, I was laughing my ass off. So if you haven't seen this show before, then I suggest you check out F is for Family on Netflix. The show ended last year, but if you haven't seen it yet, I suggest you check it out because this is a great show and probably one of my favorite Netflix programs. 1, 2, 3, 4, wait, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. At number at number 5, wait, 10, 9, 8, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. At number 5, Tekken Bloodlines. For those of you who don't know, Tekken is a video game that came out on the PlayStation back in 1995. Follow-up Tekken 2 came out in 1996, and the follow-up Tekken 3 came out in 1999, and the follow-up for that came out in 2002. Tekken Bloodlines is a story about Jin Kazama, a young fighter, named Jim. It follows the life of Jin Kazama, his mom Jin Kazama, and Hihashi Mishima. The story revolves around Jin's mother is killed by ogre, and Jin has to go live with his father, Hihashi Mishima. Hihashi teaches Jin how to be a cold-hearted, dangerous person. Turns out Jin has a demon living inside of him. And that's basically the whole story. If you haven't checked it out, I suggest you check it out. Tekken Bloodlines. It's a great show. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a good description of the show, but it's kind of like the video game Tekken. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay. At number 4, Stranger Things, the horror thriller on Netflix. Stranger Things, it's hard to say what that show is about, but I can tell you it's very, very interesting. I first started watching Stranger Things back in 2018. Stranger Things is a story. It's a show. It's a very strange show about a girl named Eleven who has psychic powers and a group of friends who stumble upon Eleven. A lot of crazy shit happens in this show, and it's very addictive. I just finished the latest 2 seasons, and I have to say, this show is amazing. This show is absolutely breathtaking and absolutely amazing. I suggest you watch Stranger Things, one of the most popular shows on Netflix. If you haven't watched this yet, then I suggest you check it out. Stranger Things is a great show, and it's one of my favorites. And I think you might like it too. Number 3, Cobra Kai. For those of you who don't know, Cobra Kai is an adaptation of the Karate Kid movies starring Ralph Macchio. In Cobra Kai, it follows our characters Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence, played by Ralph Macchio and Will Zabka. Also, John Kreese is in this movie. He is also reprising the role as Sensei Kreese, Martin Cove. Cobra Kai follows the story of Daniel LaRusso's son, Sam LaRusso, his wife, Amanda LaRusso, and his son, Anthony LaRusso. But it actually follows Will Zabka as well. For those of you who have not watched Cobra Kai yet, here's a little synopsis. Former rivals, Johnny Lawrence and Ralph Macchio, go their separate ways. Ralph Macchio owns a car dealership, and Daniel LaRusso owns a car dealership. And Johnny Lawrence is basically living in a shitty apartment with no money. He runs into a young kid named Miguel, played by Zolo Mandela. I can't pronounce his name. A kid named Miguel who he comes across. Miguel's getting bullied, and Johnny tries to help Miguel out. And so they decide to bring back the Cobra Kai Dojo. But Daniel Russo does not like this. He still harkens back to the time Cobra Kai used to terrorize him as a kid. Terrorize him as a kid. This story terrorizes him as a kid. He tries everything he can to stop Cobra Kai, but he can't stop it. I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but that is the synopsis of the first season and what the story will go into. Cobra Kai is a roller coaster of action, drama, and suspense. It's a great show on Netflix, and it's the reason why Netflix is still going strong today. So if you haven't checked it out yet, I suggest you check out Cobra Kai. It's a show on Netflix. It's an adaptation of Karate Kid. So I suggest you check it out. 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, Okay, and now we get to my number two pick, and that is Orange is the New Black. Orange is the New Black is a show that really helped Netflix gain some popularity. It's a great show it's a great show set in a women's prison. A lot of colorful characters and colorful people in this show. I really enjoyed this show. It had a great feel to it. It kind of felt like The Sopranos, but with a little bit of comedy, some action, and some drama as well. Really enjoyed this show. The show that really helped Netflix become what it is today. So if you haven't seen this show yet, I suggest you check it out. And that show is Orange is the New Black. That show is Orange is the New Black. You can find it on Netflix. So I suggest you check it out. It's a really good show. And now, my number two pick. My number two pick, Trailer Park Boys. I really enjoyed this show. Trailer Park Boys is the story of three guys, Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles, living in Sunnyvale Trailer Park, set in Newfoundland, Canada. The show premiered on Showcase back in 1999 in Canada. We didn't get to see this in the States until 2014. That is where I discovered this wonderful show. Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles are the three protagonists. They have to deal with the antics of Jim Leahy, a former police officer, trailer park the trailer park supervisor, and his assistant Randy. I really enjoyed this show. Lots of comedy, lots of action, and I just laugh my ass off at every episode. It is one of my all-time favorite shows on Netflix, and it'll always be one of my favorite shows. There's also a movie based on this show as well, called Trailer Park Boys the Movie, and many other movies. Say Hello to the Bad Guys, and Count Down to Liquor Day, and Legalize It. Trailer Park Boys will always be number one in my heart. It's one of the best shows that I've watched on Netflix. I'm Timmy Flyers Guy, and this has been the Flyers Guys Top 10. I hope you all enjoyed my top 10 list of shows you should be watching on Netflix. I'm Timmy Flyers Guy, and thank you for joining me, everyone. Have a great Sunday, and have a great rest of your week. Thank you for joining me, and stay tuned for next Sunday's episode. I don't know what it's going to be about, but you'll see. Thank you for joining me. Have a good evening, everyone.
Shh.